Do you think that the fact that institutions of education can be named after somebody like Saint Francis Xavier, who was the person who wrote to the Portuguese government asking for an Inquisition to take place in India, a symptom of very bad historical self-forgetfulness amongst Hindus? Because most Hindu parents send their children there not knowing anything about the history of who Xavier was, or he's kind of taken a halo of of a genuine saint.
Well, you see, Hindu parents are very silly when it comes to serving Hinduism. You see, then of course they side, so to speak, with the enemy. They send their children to the Saint Xavier school. But they are very clever when it comes to defending their own interests. Because after all, it is best for their children to go to an elite school. So if Saint Xavier accepts them, good for them. So you see, very many Hindu parents don't care about Hinduism, they care about their family. So that is one cause of this problem. Now the fact that this Saint Xavier school is named after Saint Xavier bespeaks a certain mentality among the Christians. Like, for instance, also very many institutions nowadays are named after Roberto de Nobili. Now Roberto de Nobili is seen as a paragon of inculturation and whatnot. But the fact is that Roberto de Nobili wanted to convert. And you see, he dressed up as a Brahmin. He tried to fool Hindus into believing a fifth Veda, which was the Bible. So it doesn't, set a good precedent. On the contrary, you see, it bespeaks of a continuing mentality among the Christians that is geared towards conversion, and especially conversion of Hindus. You see, that is why, for instance, around the year 2000, there have been a number of apologies to the Muslims, but they are very numerous and they are a dangerous enemy to Christians, persecuting them in many places. Apologies to the Jews for all the centuries of anti-Semitism, but the Jews are very important in the film industry, in the media and so on, so they have to be taken into account. By contrast, no apologies have been forthcoming towards the Hindus. For instance, in 1998, it was 500 years ago since the Portuguese landed in southwest India. So it was a very good occasion to apologize. They did not. You see, that of course also makes the other apologies suspect, because it means that they only apologize when they have to. And when they can afford not to apologize, such as against the weak and confused Hindus, they don't. So essentially they have not changed. You see, under this Pope, under the present Pope, they claim to have changed, or he at least claims. It is very unlikely. Christian teaching at any rate has not changed. It says that there is no salvation outside the church, that everybody ultimately has to convert.